take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, and I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know. Breathe, 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 breathe. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know. Breathe, I breathe in, I breathe in, I breathe out, I breathe out, I take in, I take in, I give out, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, I know. Breathe, breathe, In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find God, I find still my mind, be at peace in my awakening. I release with my heart, free my soul in my awakening. I am whole. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. As I love and as I give, in my awakening, I choose to live. Give me strength, shine your light in my awakening. Be with me tonight. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. All I believe and all I know, in my awakening, I let go. Fill me with hope, conquer my fear. In my awakening, my peace is here. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Ready. Welcome to the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. What a delightful day it is to be with you and to bring us into this virtual community we have that we know in consciousness we are absolutely one. So what a delightful day we have. We are beginning with the music with Linda Lundry, who will bring us into our chanting and opening of our service. Welcome.
Everything that I need to know about what lies before me, everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to heal about what lies lies before me, everything that I need to heal. About what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to love about what lies before me, everything that I need to love about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to heal about what lies before me, everything that I need to forgive about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to release about what lies before me, everything that I need to release about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me.
Thank you so much, Linda. What a beautiful way to start this service. So, connecting us in this community. I also just wanted to welcome all people, whether it be your first time or continuing time in our community. We'd like to give you an affirmation, a blessing. So, we raise our hands and we say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community. And also, we like to affirm our vision and mission here at the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission, we are co creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. As we begin to talk about our community and sharing it out into the world, who we are and what we are being, this vision and mission lead us in this way. So it's great to affirm that today. I also want to let you know about a few announcements going on. First of all, the county has opened us up to a new tier of meeting to where we can expand what we're doing for in-person services. And because of that, we're considering something on Sunday. We will always be doing this broadcast at 10:30. We're committed to that because we know certain people are more comfortable not attending anything in person. So that's the first thing I want to let you know. But I'm going to send out a survey this week if there's any interest in a possibly a 9 o'clock service where we only be about 20 people because of social distancing. We could do in the sanctuary. We might do it out in the courtyard, but it would be kind of an unplugged service where we wouldn't have music. We would just have the talk and a discussion about the talk, prayer and meditation before that. So just that idea of and it doesn't have to be Sunday morning either. It could be at a different time. And that's why I want to send out a survey and see if you're interested in attending in person, what you might be interested in. So thank you for considering filling out that survey. Then what we are going to do, we've already planned this coming Sunday, November 1st. Hard to believe it's going to be November already. We are going to have a superhero Sunday. We'll go ahead and have the regular Sunday service broadcasting at 10:30 to 11:30, and then right after that, 11:45, we're going to meet out here in the courtyard. If you, it's also a time that we ask that you bring your cards of intention back if you're planning to do that. And you can do a drive-by, a parade kind of thing, and just drop them in a basket if that's all you want to do. But you can also park and walk over and into the courtyard, and at a distance we'll be having conversation. I'll be having a few announcements there, and we'll be able to gather that way, keeping our masks are required, and social distancing, having some connection time. So that's at 11:45. And we talk about Superhero Sunday because all of you are superheroes in your support of our community with your contributions of time, talent, and resources, and financial contributions, which we appreciate. So you are superheroes, and I invite you to dress up as your favorite superhero, knowing whether it be Marvel or DC Comics or Superman, Superwoman, whatever it be. It could be a suggestion of a costume, or it could be the full blown thing. We like to have fun here at the center. So that's November 1st, 11:45, right after the service. Come on by. And we also want to encourage you to remember that this is part of Stewardship Sunday, that we, as I mentioned, encourage you to have your cards of intent done by then. We believe that practicing this spiritual practice of tithing and giving is one that enriches and fulfills your life even greater, as well as supports us to create a budget that is sustainable and has good use of the resources that we have. So thank you very much for considering this and being a part of this as we move forward as a center and as a community in this way. The other thing that's important to, and then that evening, let me not forget, that evening, still on November 1st, there's a celebration that led by our practitioner, Melda Gomez, of Dia de los Muertos. And that day is Day of the Dead. That is a beautiful celebration that often an altar is created on that day. And so what Imelda and some of her students will be in this sanctuary creating this altar. Now, that's only an invitation only to be here present, but all other people can watch it online on Zoom, and we'll provide the link for you so you can watch this altar being built and celebrate with them in knowing this traditional holiday of honoring our ancestors is a powerful, powerful thought, as well as remembering those who have passed recently in our lives. And so it's a great way to just be connected with Spirit on this day. Thank you for considering attending this. And then we have 2 new classes coming up, Mental Equivalence with Kristen Moore. So she's going to come up and talk about that a little bit. That's exciting to have these different classes that we have available.
Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be starting this class. We just finished Spiritual Principles and Practices, and this week we're moving right into Mental Equivalence. It's going to be Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30. And this is really just getting that picture in your mind of what you want and holding it regardless of what's going on in the outer circumstances until it manifests into our lives. And what's extra cool about this class, what I'm really excited about, is that we will be meeting together on election night for class and holding the mental equivalent of love and peace and just what we want for this country and what we want for the leadership of this country, and just really holding that mental equivalent together. So it's going to be a great class. It's one of the core required classes for accreditation if you're interested in becoming a practitioner, and it's going to be just 5 weeks of lots of fun. So please come join us, sign up and register on our website. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Kristen. I think that's a great class. And also the other class is the new gratitude class that we are offering, that Michelle and I are doing. And it's a fun class, 3 Thursdays before Thanksgiving, that if you sign up on the website, on the Eventbrite site, then we will provide materials for you. And each week we're going to have a little package of things activities to do. There's going to be no reading with the class. It's just a for fun class about gratitude. So please join us for that. The link's online. And as we have a weekly schedule of everything that we have going on. We have on Wednesdays, we have meditation, both in English and Spanish. On Thursdays, we have the recovery group. And then on Friday, we're having a special game night that'll be October 30th, and it'll be around Halloween trivia and games. So the link will be on the website. No registration is needed. I did want to bring up when talking about celebrating our giving and our blessings that we're receiving through the cards of intent and through your participation in this giving program, that we had a goal of $150,000, and we are making great progress on that. We're at now $41,500. We appreciate those people that are have given in your cards of intention, and we are receiving more this coming week. So thank you for being a part of this program. And now we're going to begin a sacred part of our service.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Good morning. I'm glad you're all here this morning. I'd like to invite you to prayer with me and a little bit of meditation. And so, if you feel comfortable, just close your eyes or soften your gaze and feel the presence of God immersing and surrounding you with all that love and power. And as we take a deep breath in, recognize that there is only one life and that we are one with that life. And so allowing ourselves to let go and breathe out anything that keeps us from our center right now, and open ourselves to feel rejuvenated by the Spirit of the one God, the loving, compassionate essence of all our beings. So let's take a moment to experience this deep within ourselves. Now let's gently bring ourselves back into this moment, this time. And I'd like to share with you a spiritual reflection of how this center has buoyed me up. And many of you know me that I've been here for 20 years. And I started out with Reverend Janet. And when we were over on Clinton, and then we moved to Lincoln. And I just want to remind you how it was for me, remind myself how it was for me. When I first came here, I had left the Catholic Church, being raised there, and it just wasn't serving me anymore. I was looking for a deeper experience, a spiritual experience of God. And when I found myself in this center, I found myself um, just filled with love and filled with compassion. And the words that Reverend Janet spoke to me for those first 6 months that I was here, I really had no expression for how I was feeling, but the tears were just flowing out of my eyes and my heart opened. And so, because of that, I started taking classes and I started learning the fundamentals of what this spiritual center teaches and what Ernest Holmes has brought forth. And it just spurred me on to know more and more about what was happening. And a few years later, I became a practitioner. And I felt so strong in my heart and in my soul about the compassion that I have about speaking the word that I have from this center. And then, as happens in life, something happens. My husband got sick and died 5 years ago, and it really threw me off my center. And I'm sure a lot of us have experienced that, reaching for what doesn't really spiritually serve us. And I think the alcohol industry has really exploded during this time of crisis for us all. But I've come back to my center, and I've always known deep in my heart who I really am, that I'm a physical being having a I'm a spiritual being having a physical life. And that has so stayed with me. All of the learning and the teaching and the words that have infused my soul and my body through these past 20 years has really brought me back, and I've been able to draw from that who I am. And I know that our topic for today is compassion, and how do we share our compassion with the rest of the world. So if you recognize when you go into an airplane and that stewardess is telling you, when that oxygen mask drops out of the ceiling, you have to put it on yourself first to be able to be strong enough to help your child if your child is in distress. And it's the same thing with us. We have to be able to put that spiritual oxygen mask on us with all of the tools that we learned through this journey of the Center for Spiritual Living. So that's what I'm sharing with you. And the tools are here, are available for you. Take classes, find out who you really are and what's important to you, and hold dearly to that. And I guarantee you, you're going to be fine. So bless you all and thank you.
Now back to Linda Lundry.
Good morning, everyone in Napa Valley. It's lovely to be here with you this morning. And this song is called There's Only One. There is only one presence and its love. There is only one. It's sacred and it's peace. And it sings as the wind through the trees. It shines as you and as me. There is only one sharing in its light. And I'm feeling it right now in my body. It's my heartbeat. It's my guide as I move through the world. There is only one bringing life into this world. There is only one. No borders, no separation between us. And we feel through the storms and the fight that our hearts are connected in light. And the spirit that birthed all our names planted seeds of forgiveness to heal any pain. There is only one. There is only one. There is only one. There is only one. No matter the color, no matter the race, whatever the journey, however the pace, whichever the God, we all are the same in love. When we love, there is only one.
Thank you so much, Linda. That was very touching for me this morning. Just an opening of your heart opens my heart. I think probably other people too. So thank you. Thank you so much. As we step into the towards the end of October and November, I saw a couple comments here about rain. Yes, in our prayers and our knowingness within us, we are knowing rain and knowing that it is coming and putting out any more threats to fires we might have. And also just replenishing the earth and replenishing our soul as well. So we continue in this theme of celebrating vibrant and joyful abundance. And particularly this month, this week, the last week of this theme, we're talking about how we share our love and our principles and who we are and what we are being with the world and the value that has at this time. Ernest Holmes, our founder, says that love points the way and law makes it possible. Love points the way and law makes it possible. And what, to me, what this means is that if you think about the sunflower in the field, that as the sun crosses over, the flower actually follows the sun. So our lives point to love. Love points the way. We follow that. But it's the physical properties of the growing of the ground that the roots of the sunflower in, the water that comes up through its stem, the sunlight that brings it towards taller and towards manifestation, bringing the sunflower seeds and the flower out. And so this is the spiritual law to me. These are just like there's physical laws, there's spiritual laws. So love points the way, but it is the law that makes it possible. So it is with us that as we move into the world, we have these spiritual laws and principles we study and we learn here and we think about, we apply to our lives, we become intentional, we allow love to lead us, and we also allow the universe to support us to create the experiences we want in our individual life and in the world as a whole. I was thinking this week, what if the story and the information that have been told to us by teachers and scientists about the way the world works around us is not the complete story? Now, I love science and I love the natural world. But one thing that science does not include is the possibility of a higher power. And I believe with all my heart that it is this spiritual consciousness that makes the world go round. There are other principles of attraction between protons and electrons and gravity and between attractions between molecules and the way our Earth spins and orbits around the sun, the solar system, the galaxy. But there's also this force in the universe that is love and compassion. And way I know that just as science, there's not a thing called gravity that you can say, there it is. They see the effect of it. I can see the effect of love and compassion in this world because we are often divided by differences of gender and race and culture and faith, political parties or political beliefs or spiritual beliefs. And yet we always come back together. Something draws us back in together in relationship. We find a way to reconcile, to forgive, to remember that we are a divine being, that we are pulled together. I think if it wasn't for this compassion, we long would have been extinct as a human race because we separate so much and we really need each other in interdependence. And I believe it is this love and this compassion that brings us back together. It is this sense of a spiritual connection, the spiritual nature that we have that brings us in harmony with this way. You call it a magnetic force or a law of attraction in this way. But we celebrate this love in this way. And what is also important about this is because of the beliefs and practices that we have in this center, in Centers for Spiritual Living, in New Thought, in general, in spirituality, that which we are doing, that which we are being makes a difference in the world. The world needs what we are teaching right now. And that's the importance of us sharing this compassion and offering opportunities for people, reminding people, opening up to people that really love is pointing the way, and to notice it and to remind everybody and live our lives this way, that the spiritual law, these spiritual principles, are making it possible. I think about the movie we've been talking about this whole time, about the Black Panther this month, and how powerful example of that is. Because Wakanda had this moment. They had lived most of their existence separated from the rest of the world. They had these amazing tools and principles and a way of life that was abundant, that was powerful, that was connecting to those community. But there was a conflict in the community about what to do with these principles. Some wanted to keep themselves isolated. Some wanted to allow it to be applied and given to just certain people in the world. Now, some credit is given. They were talking about giving it to the marginalized people, kind of turn the world upside down. And that while that seems noble in some ways, that those who were oppressed and marginalized, that they would have the tools to become abundant, but it's still a world that works for not everybody, just for a few people. And it is T'Challa, the commander, the soon-to-be king, who wanted, he at first didn't want to share with the world. He wanted to stay reserved, and he was part, but through his process and transformation, he did want to share with the world. And what I know about the way this transformation came for him, that for one important thing to talk about today is the way of the divine feminine opened up in him, and the way of spirit that created an opening for him to realize his compassion and love led the way. And it was possible to use the laws that he already knew to help create the world a place that works for everyone. For everyone. Opportunity and love for all. So let's just break this down a little bit. So love points the way. So it's the force that makes the world go round. Greg Braden talks about being the compassion is the force that unifies the universe. It keeps us coming back together. And in the movie, T'Challa is initiated into being the Black Panther through this heart-shaped herb. And he has this mystical experience of meeting his ancestors, his father who had passed on, allowing him to open up to a deeper connection with spirit. The story told by the people of Wakanda that this herb-shaped, this heart-shaped herb brought the many tribes together. That one person who they fought over the resources that were available in that area of Africa, which included the vibranium, and the warring tribes fought against each other, but one person stepped in and followed the way of the heart, this heart-shaped herb, and he brought all the tribes together to become one. Just think about that for a minute. So the heart connects us and brings us together as one. That's what it does. That's the way of the heart. And the symbol of this heart-shaped herb in Black Panther is talking about the way of the heart that brings us together as one. All the different factions and divisions in this world that I've never seen it so separated before, and yet we know the truth. Now, we're not the only ones that know this. We're not, thinking that we're so special, but we are willing to listen to it. We're willing to apply it in our lives, and there's literally millions of other people across this globe that know this truth also and are willing to do it with us. More and more you see meditation and prayer being talked about on in all the media and television. I was just watching CNN the other day, and Anderson Cooper was talking about mindfulness. He had taken a class from John Kabat-Zinn and was interviewing him and was talking about meditation. And this is a cable network. You don't think of it, but he says, Anderson Cooper said that meditation has changed his life. That he's not only been able to handle stress better in his life, but he's had a greater level of contentment, a greater level of peace within him. So we're not alone in this, but we do know this way of the heart connects us deeper with spirit. And it allows us a method and a way and a connection with other people that allows us to come together as one. So love does point the way. And then law makes it possible. So when we talk about these spiritual laws and principles, we're talking about the law of attraction, where what we think, what our intentions are, creates our reality. It brings us to it. The law of reciprocity and giving and circulation that we when we're giving and receiving, it creates a flow of abundance in our life. Thinking about, I don't know, it doesn't seem like trick-or-treating is going to be the same this year, but in Halloween, think about that somebody knocks on your door and you're willing to give them candy, these adorable little children, that you're in this giving spirit, giving candy or giving something, but you're receiving something back. You're receiving the beauty and the preciousness of these children, the celebration of this Halloween that is the circulation. If you weren't willing to turn your light on and be ready with the candy, you won't receive things. You won't be giving. So it's this law of circulation that happens in our lives too. And if you're not in a place that feels like you're in a giving place, that you don't feel open, receive first. Receive the blessings of spirit, receive the blessings of abundance, and then you're able to circulate and give in that way. And there's principles of forgiveness and healing that we offer. There are deeper connections about the principles we believe about our beliefs about heaven and about hell, that it doesn't exist. And heaven is one that we can experience here on earth as we come together. So these principles are powerful. And the Black Panther, when they talk about this vibranium, to me, this is just like our spiritual principles. So this metal that was supposedly coming from outer space that landed in Central Africa, that suddenly became the source of abundance for the village of Wakanda, this unified village among the warring tribes that comes together because of the love. And now they have this energy, this metal that can absorb, store, and express or energy. And so it is with us, that with spirit within inside of us, we can receive it. We can absorb spirit. We can store it for whenever we want it, and we can express it in this clarity about what spirit is in our lives. This is also the part that they didn't know if they wanted to share with other people, because they're afraid it might be abused. But the truth is, this is a gift from spirit. This is opening as we share with other people and we allow this deeper connection to happen in this way, that it is this powerful principles and laws that we are creating within us, that we allow to be created through us, to the experience that we want to have. As I mentioned, we are not alone in this. There, in every country across the globe, people are praying and meditating and allowing this, holding peace and unity for all people. So we join in this. This weekend, this past week, I did a presentation for Leadership Napa Valley, which is a training. There had been like 33 years of this program where leaders are trained in civic and first responding and business and development here, different ways of developing leaders. And I talked to them about the art of leadership in uncertain times. And guess what I talked about? These principles. Now, I didn't use spirit or God very much, but I did talk about May McCarthy's work about the chief spiritual officer, that we talk about an inner guidance, and they were just like, wow, this is amazing, can you send me the slides, this is great, because these are universal principles. I was teaching a class for the School of Spiritual Leadership, but for the Canadian region, and it was fun to work with them. They say words in a little different way, but it's the same principles. It's the same life that we continue to know. And the other thing that's so important about the Wakanda, and the thing we've been talking about, is the whole idea about the way of the divine feminine that guides us. Back in March, it seems like a long time ago was March, we began talking about the power of the divine feminine. And actually, we started the whole year with this idea because it was the year of the divine feminine. It is still the year of the divine feminine. I always am seeking to find the balance between masculine and feminine, which is different than genders of men and women. Don't get confused with that idea, because we all have masculine and feminine within us. And I know I've been talking a lot about the hero's journey and the main character, T'Challa and Black Panther. But in truth, when the Black Panther fell over the waterfall and people thought he was dead, it is the women warriors of Wakanda that held the vision for love, for unity. And I love some of the pictures of the warrior women in their power and holding the truth of who they are. They were able to hold that vision so that when T'Challa came back, when he was reborn, he came back to the community. The vision was there for him to step into. And it was the women that held this. And it's also a fascinating part of the story about T'Challa. There was another character that was his love interest, Nakia, and she, their challenge in their relationship is she was interested in going out into the world and making a difference for women, for all people. And he was more wanting to hold in and be reserved. But it's their relationship, the balance of the masculine and feminine, that showed up in a romantic way, but also he realized that at the end of the movie about how he wanted to empower her and recognize this, to allow this idea that she could do her work, that there was a place where they could honor masculine and feminine both within themselves and between themselves and create. And it's actually created something bigger with that way, that he recognized as he became king, that the part of the mission of Wakanda was to go out in the world to help other people to create abundance and prosperity. So another part of the movie shows them arriving in Oakland. I just love that it's in Oakland. The movie actually started in Oakland, it ended in Oakland, and because that's part of the history of the Marvel comic series. But I just love this part, how they talk about so this idea of this love, these tools, these principles we have to share with the world. May we do it in such a way that people ask us, who are you? That we love and we create and we allow this peace and we're a presence that they ask us. And as I mentioned, T'Challa was initiated. When he was reborn, he found this way of the divine feminine. And he was able to balance it with his masculine and feminine, but it's the divine feminine, this vision that was held by the women warriors, that brought into us. And it is true for us that our way is being led by love, by the way of the divine feminine. Back in March, I talked about how we began talking about the divine feminine, and we talked about Mirabai Starr, who I still love her work, that she wrote coined the term wild mercy. And she talks about how living the fierce and tender wisdom of the divine feminine, living the fierce and tender wisdom of the divine feminine, when that seems like opposite things, fierce and tender. But it's possible to be powerful and be soft and open and receiving at the same time. She talks about how in the Sabbath or the Shabbat, which is a moment of sacredness. It's not about a particular day or time, but it's our time that we bring in meditation and prayer, our sacredness, or just our way of living. It's about harmony. It's about restoring balance, the balance between masculine and feminine aspects of our own souls, and the balance of powers between women and men. It's about building community and remembering our interdependence and each other and the earth herself, taking responsibility for our habits of consumption and allowing ourselves to rest and recharge. Our sacred work is to reinstate the feminine to her rightful place in our lives, in our relationships, and throughout creation. She belongs here, and it's time to celebrate her presence and draw on her strength, drink in her consolation, and let her guide us in repairing the world. This divine feminine leads us towards healing, towards forgiveness, towards abundance that we can have, and not an abundance that is just for me, but an abundance for all people, because we're willing to participate in these laws and principles we talks about. That there is a greater opening in our lives because we're willing to open our heart, we're willing to follow principles in our lives, and we're willing to share it with the world. So I wanted to add one more. This is a video I wanted to show you today that I showed during the Sip and Savor if you watched it, but I think it reaffirms who we are as a community. So I wanted to go ahead and show this to you again.
The vision for the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living is to create a world that works for everyone, a beloved community, by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. We know that all humans on this planet seek to have a deeper connection with something beyond them, as well as with each other. But in the last few years, we've been more disconnected religiously, socially, emotionally, and especially now with a pandemic and social distance and masks we're wearing. Climate change has created fires and floods, and we're behind fences. We walk and march and advocate for rights for women, for climate change, for Black and brown lives mattering, all marginalized people, for equality and justice and equity. I also know as a center, the consciousness and the energy is more than just marching. It is about engaging spirituality, conscious activism in the world, so that we find within ourselves a deeper connection with spirit and with all people, because we know we are all one. We are reflective and introspective. We meditate. And I know in groups when we meditate, it's even more powerful. And when we gather for services in person or online, and for classes to deeply connect with each other, and even if those are on Zoom also, we find this deeper connection and find the truth within us. And it is this truth we recognize that every person is a divine being. And we see that divinity in them. We love them for who they are, even if they are in apparent opposition. All races, all faiths, all orientations. We know that we are one in spirit, and this key principle is key to our activism. We have a joy in life because we're celebrating life in the community that we are in together. We recognize each other, we see each other, and we celebrate that life. We also join together to know the light that is within all people, and as I mentioned, creating this world that works for everyone and lifting up the consciousness of this planet. We do more than just gather as a community. We reach out, we include, we embrace, and we know the truth of all people, that we are one. Thank you for supporting our center today and all days. And so it is.
The work that we are doing. This is the playfulness also we do, the work of unity and oneness and love. And I so appreciate the support we receive, that we're all doing this together, even if we're virtual right now, that we celebrate this love and this abundance and this joy that we are creating in the world, and we are making a difference. Ernest Holmes said there is but one presence in the universe, and since it is in us and through everything, it must be in and through you and through us. This presence manifests itself and through all forms, all people, all conditions. This presence is life itself. Its nature is love and givingness. Let us go to prayer. What we know is Spirit is always with us, and it guides us, invites us to share the love and the truth that is being revealed in us. And we know that makes a difference in our lives. It makes a difference in all lives. Our willingness to be authentic, creative, and powerful in the world, that we let love lead us and we allow law to make it possible in this moment and all moments. And so it is. And now back to Linda Lundry.
And so it is. Sometimes I meditate without revelation. I wonder if this journey isn't mine. Sometimes I just can't change my thinking. I wonder, am I wise enough to try? Will I embrace the journey of this evolution? I embrace the state of my being. I celebrate the dawning of this revelation. I embrace it. I embrace it. Things come at me like a freight train on a railway. The answer is always the same. Life's for living and not for lasting. So why are you so afraid? I embrace the journey of this evolution. I embrace the state of my being. I celebrate the dawning of this revelation. I embrace it. I embrace it. When the wildfires are burning, when the earth is warming, in the midst of this chaos, I am building a temple of love. Well, I embrace the journey of this evolution. I embrace the state of my being. I celebrate the dawning of this revelation. I embrace journey of this evolution, I embrace the state of my being. I celebrate the dawning of this revelation. I embrace it. I embrace it. Oh, Spirit, I trust in thee. So it is.
Thank you, Linda. That's a very relevant song, a beautiful song. It sounds like a original by you. So how beautiful. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for all the music today. As we step into this time of gratitude for all the gifts that you have given us, we talk about service, we talk about your expertise, and just your consciousness as you hold this center and hold this community together in this virtual time. We always, of course, appreciate financial gifts too at this time, that we honor these. And reminder that if you want to turn in your card of intention, you can do it through the mail this week, or come join us for the Superhero Sunday next Sunday. You can do the drive-by. You could come in person. We're going to have a celebration. It'll be fun to gather, and that'll kind of be a model for what we're going to do in the future as well, and also look for that survey. So we just appreciate the gifts that you have sent to us, either by PayPal or through the mail, or through giving through bill pay. We appreciate all those gifts you have given us. So we just take this donations and this offering, and we say, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. We also honor all the families who are continuing to homeschool for now. Looks like schools may open up soon, and I'm sure you're looking forward to that, but also a time when Halloween will not be traditionally celebrated as always. There are some ways to celebrate it. I think online there's some ways, but we just honor you right where you are and appreciate. We still have a Black Panther curriculum available. If you're interested in that, give us a call. We'll bring it by. It's available in the office. And bring your children to Superhero Sunday, and in their costume, I am sure, and they don't have to be superheroes. There are no rules on them. Now, adults, we want you in superhero, but they can wear whatever costumes they would love. I will let you know I am dressing up because I love dressing up. So I will be a superhero to be named soon, and so enjoy that. And I just appreciate all you for joining us today and being a part of this community. So we complete by doing our affirmation together. So repeat after me. Oh, what? Oh, we want to love children. We need to do that. So we want to raise our hands and we say, we love you, we care about you, and we're here for you. Got so caught up in the superhero stuff. I forgot that. All right, now the community affirmation. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. I am led by spirit. I am guided by wisdom. I am protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. I am so grateful. And so it is.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
Thank you so much. Reminding you to join us on Zoom for our community afterwards. And what I know going forward, we are like the sunflower, following the love and the light, and we're allowing law to make our creation of our experiences in our lives and in the world possible. And so it is.